All right, man. Time to talk about it. I ain't gonna do no score predictions probably till about Wednesday, Thursday, cause I want to see who gonna be injured, be available before I make these score predictions. But this gonna be my playoff predictions. Brackets and all that. And of course, I'm gonna start off with James Madison, Oregon. It's crazy. Oregon gonna win that one. Ole Miss, Tulane. I think it's gonna be a better game. Ole Miss blowed Tulane out by like 80 points in the first game of the season. But I think this game, I don't like I said, I ain't trying to do scope this, but I think it's gonna be closer. Ole Miss gonna run away in the fourth quarter, I think. But it's gonna be more closer the first three quarters. With Lane Kiffin being out, people say, Lane Kiffin this, but Ole Miss still a good team. But Lane Kiffin was the dude, bro. Like he what made that team go. And like I said, LSU, bro, they got a good coach. If they could keep him. Ryan Day might get fired and this thing to Lane Kiffin or go to the NFL and that thing Lane Kiffin shoot off to Ohio State. That's probably what he would do. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, so Oregon dominated James Madison or Ole Miss over Tulane. Then you're gonna have Oklahoma, Alabama at Oklahoma, 7:30 game or whatever. Night game, gonna be cold, gonna be like 8 degrees, or something like that. And this game right here, I don't know. Like I said, gonna be like under 20. And physical, low scoring game. And I don't like this game is so hard because it's like Alabama. They getting healthier, and like I say, Alabama they lost the first game, but like I say, people say Alabama lost the first game Oklahoma at, but that game was at home. Like think about it, that game was in Tuscaloosa. You know what I'm saying? This game could very well look like Oklahoma Alabama last year when they played in Norman. But we gonna see. This game right here is so hard because, like I say, the weather, and we don't know Ty Simpson health. They talking about he got a hurt back, and so it's gonna be a trenches game. Literally, it's gonna be 20 pass attempts on both sides, and quarterback draws. And if that's the case, if it's a quarterback draw type of game, you gotta go with Oklahoma, but I don't know it because it's like Alabama. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what you're gonna get. But I think Alabama gonna get the win. I think Alabama gonna get the win in Norman, Oklahoma. Like I said, this guy. I'm saying this now, but this my mind could change. When the injury report come out, soon I might go Oklahoma. Because Oklahoma got their star defensive player back. Their edge rusher, they got him back. So, like I say, I could change my mind. But on to Miami at Texas A&M, 12 o'clock. Eastern time game. It's crazy. I thought it showed it's going to be a night game. But Texas A&M got overlooked. Which I had Texas beating Texas A&M. Because I just feel like I didn't think Texas was going to lose 4 games. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think Texas was going to go 8-4. I knew they was going to get a big win. That's why I predicted Texas to win. And people wrote Texas A&M off. Just like they did Georgia in the first half of the year. They wrote Texas A&M off after that Texas game. But I think Texas A&M going to get done. I think Texas A&M going to get the job done. Because the crazy thing is, I said, I felt the Texas A&M versus Georgia national championship. I felt it. You know what I'm saying? But Georgia and Texas A&M on the same bracket. So you'll give me Texas A&M over Miami. I think Miami play a good game. Like I say, I ain't trying to do no score predictions or none of that until next week. Probably by Wednesday or Thursday. Or Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know. Because, Alabama game Friday. Then the other teams play Saturday. But, yeah, so moving on. Then you have Oregon. Moving on to Texas Tech. Alabama. Moving on to Indiana. Texas A&M moving on to Ohio State. Ole Miss moving on to Georgia. Georgia Ole Miss game. I'm gonna start with that one. I'm gonna take Georgia in that one. Georgia. This game gonna be different. Georgia defense better than it was back in October when they played. And yeah, that's just being real. Ole Miss still got a good team. Like I said, they still got a good team, good players still left on that team. But Lane Kiffin, you know what I'm saying? Like, him and he know Kirby well. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? And them other dudes could do so much. But Lane Kiffin, bro, he was that dude. But there you have Texas Tech, Oregon. This game is a tough game to do too. You don't know what you're gonna get. Cause we don't know. Texas Tech defense good. And Oregon, we don't know what we're gonna get out of Oregon. Like, Oregon, they don't have no good win. But they getting more healthier, I guess. James Madison gonna be a good tune-up game to get them going, get them in a groove. So yeah, I think Oregon is gonna get the job done over Texas Tech. Then Alabama, Indiana. Alabama will beat Indiana. Indiana gonna lose. This game gonna look like the Notre Dame game versus Indiana last year. Indiana a good team, but man, I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but I just don't see it. And Ohio State, Texas A&M. This is gonna be, I think, a good game. And like I said, Ohio State, I don't think they get 2 losses in a row. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. Texas A&M, it's going to be a good test for Ohio State. So give me Texas A&M Aggies over Ohio State and Texas. Yeah, I said it. Like I said, I'm just saying right now. That's my predictions. My predictions right now. I ain't gonna, like I said, it's gonna change probably. Most likely. But this is what I think gonna happen. And you have Georgia versus Texas A&M. Alabama versus Oregon in the semifinals. This is where it's gonna get tricky. I think Alabama, like I said, Alabama beat Indiana, and Oregon beat Texas Tech. Texas A&M beats Ohio State. But I think those teams just run out of gas. Texas A&M, they do all they can versus Ohio State and Miami, but they run out of gas for Georgia. When Georgia comes in, I think they just run out of gas, man. Like, it's what it is. And there ain't gonna be no shame about it. Texas A&M, they beat Miami and then beat Ohio State. That's a good run. You know what I'm saying? That's a good run and recruiting, boost to beat 2 teams like that. And then you have Alabama, Oregon. I think Oregon win. Reason I say, because James Madison, that's gonna be a game where Oregon don't have to play for real. Like, Alabama gonna run out of gas. When they beat Indiana, when they beat Oklahoma in that weather, it's gonna be a physical, rough game. Then they gotta come and beat Indiana. Gonna be a physical game as well. That's 2 games, tough games back to back. Oklahoma and Indiana. While Oregon, they get James Madison, which is gonna be a game they win by 30, 40 points, and rest their starters. Then they get Texas Tech, which they probably gonna win. They probably gonna win that game versus Texas Tech. But that game go either way as well. And then you follow that up. You're gonna have a beat up Alabama that probably gonna run out of gas. And be banged up. And that's what gonna get over Oregon. Oregon over Alabama. Head to the national championship, Miami. It's gonna be Oregon, Georgia, and national champ game in Miami. Kirby Smart versus Dan Lanning part 2. And granted, it ain't gonna be no 49-3 game, like it was when Dan Lanning first time played Kirby. But I think Georgia gets it done, man. I think Georgia is just hitting their stride, bro. Like, that's people wrote Georgia off in September, October, and most people didn't watch Georgia none in November, December. Like, most people didn't even watch the SEC championship game because I guess they was watching. They was tuned up for the Indiana, which is not granted. You had number 1 versus number 2. Or you had Indiana versus Ohio State, versus number 3 Georgia and number 9 Alabama, something like that. Yeah, number 9 Alabama. So I get 1 and 2 is bigger, but people didn't watch that game for real. Like just the SEC people mostly watched Alabama and like the media, sports people. But Georgia defense, though, it getting better, better and better. And Noah Thomas, offense get healthy. I mean, Ohio State most likely gonna beat, Texas A&M or Miami. But thing about Texas A&M is Marcel Reed. He's a dude like you gotta watch for 4 quarters. I mean, like I said, people wrote A&M off after the South Carolina game and the Texas loss, and people automatically kicked them to the curve. But I'm making no mistakes about it. Like Texas A&M, like Marcel Reed is the type of quarterback that can give you 250 through the air and 100 yards on the ground. Like, that's the type of quarterback he is. And Julian Sand has yet shown that when things get tough, he can, elevate his team. He had a chance versus Indiana to elevate his team. Granted, I know that the kicker missed a 28-yard field goal or something like that, and it could have been 13-13. But think about it though. Indiana lost their star wide receiver, their second best wide receiver, Omar Cooper Jr., first half, and they still won the game. And Ohio State didn't capitalize off that. And I know people looking at it last year, Ohio State, when they lost to Michigan and all that, and they made a playoff run. But yeah, that's last year. Last year, Ohio State, I'm gonna make another video about it. This video already 13 minutes long. But yeah, this is my playoff edition. But I'm gonna make a video about Ohio State, to humble some people, the Ohio State fan. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Go Dogs.